Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of not the NFL coverage. I'm getting my podcast messed up. Welcome to another episode of Uncle Strib. Before we get started, y'all already know the dealio. Let me switch over real quick. Is it working? There we go. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Y'all know the dealio. Subscriber giveaway. All you gotta do is subscribe, leave a comment on any video for your chance to win $50 on the 1st and 15th of every month. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. It's that simple. Subscribe, leave a comment, $50, 1st, 15th every month. Enter for your chance to win. Also, the Ivy Fitness. Okay, we got a free 30-day challenge, New Year's special, and that's up the rest of the month of January. Secondly, we got all kinds of workout programs. Check that out. And also fill this bad boy out if you want to get a personalized workout program catered to your needs. While you're here, we got supplements, finalformsubs.com, protein powders, creatine, pre-workouts, all that good stuff, coffees and teas. So check that out at finalformsubs.com. Now, let's get straight into it. We have a very special guest today. A guest that I've worked with for, how long has it been?
I started working in like late August. So like
Okay,
I
was it a little over half a
yeah.
year-ish? A little over half a year. Uh, Miss Milah, right here, we're starting it off. So let's just start. First time on the pod, a little introduction. So kind of give like where you're from. Um, yeah, let's just start with where you're from.
Okay. I'm Milah Delgado and I'm from Port Isabel, Texas.
Now, is that's in the valley?
Yeah.
And
Or
what
I guess
is
you could say South Padre Island, Texas. That's like
okay?
easier for people to remember, I guess.
Yeah, I know where that's at. And
Yeah.
what is it? What is it like? Um, what is it like where you grew up? Small town, medium town?
Yeah, very small town, but it's by the ocean, so it's still like a very popular touristy attraction, I guess.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Okay. And what was childhood like growing up?
Ooh. I mean, I
Were
don't
you one of
even
the
know
cool
how to
kids?
say that.
Were you one
Like,
of the cool kids? Were you one of the nerds?
oh, I mean, I wouldn't call myself a nerd, but like, I feel like if I call myself cool, I sound like conceited. I mean, I was in cheer, I was in sports,
The cool kids.
I guess,
What sports did you play?
volleyball and softball.
Okay. How was were they was your like high school competitive?
No.
No.
Well, like some of the girls were, but like as a team, we just were not that good.
Uh,
Softball, softball, we were pretty good. Volleyball, we sucked.
well, that's
Like we're
fun
all,
though.
yeah, like we're good individually, but as a team, did not click.
Did now was your high school so this actually let's stay right here for a second because this is very interesting to me because now that I'm significantly older and looking back, when I went through high school, I had a pretty fun high school experience. I did three sports. I did two of them basically year round for the high school. And I had a lot of fun. I made a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I had a good experience talking to my high school friends now, or friends that I had in high school now. A lot of people didn't have positive experiences when it comes to high school and their experience. How would you say your high school experience was?
My high school experience was very bad. Would
Why?
never
Okay.
go back.
Okay. Why was it so bad?
Okay, well, first off, my freshman year was during COVID. So that
Um,
yeah, that's whenever COVID was like hit. Sophomore year was probably like the most stable year that I've had. Uh yeah, I had a lot of friends during that time, whatever. Junior year, I was in a relationship. Since sophomore year, I had been in a relationship
okay.
and I got cheated on
Mm.
with his ex. So, mm. bad experience from that. And junior year is already hard as it is with like SATs and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So that was just not great. And then, oh, sophomore year, I also fractured my foot. So,
Playing sports?
yeah, during volleyball.
How'd it happen? Was somebody stepped on it on base?
It was no volleyball. It was during volleyball.
Oh, volleyball.
Yeah. So it was during practice. We were doing our warm-ups or whatever, and one of the coaches had like he always had like a volleyball that he would just like play with like himself. Like he would like, like I guess warm up for himself too, I guess. And
Mhm.
whenever he was done, he left it out and I accidentally stepped on it while I was like
Mm.
playing. So
Yeah.
so I fractured my foot from that.
How long were you out with that?
Huh?
How long were you out with that?
Maybe like a month or two.
Dang, that's not too bad, but
Yeah.
still,
It was a small fracture, but it was bad.
I'm
Like,
sure that felt like forever because I
mhm.
assume that was in season. Then, if y'all practice, was it like an off-season practice?
Yeah, it was towards the end of the season too, so I couldn't start softball until I was cleared.
Mm. Dang,
Yeah,
that's the worst.
yeah. And it
And
was like
so,
my first year playing sports too. So
oh yeah, terrible combination.
yeah.
And so, I'm gonna eventually get Carmen on here. So are y'all like childhood friends?
We met like sophomore year in softball. So that year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she good? Be honest.
At softball,
Mhm.
she's better than me. She's had more experience than me.
Okay.
Yeah, because she played whenever she was little and stuff.
Yeah.
Her dad is like, well, I don't want to say that on here. Her dad's very like competitive, basically, and
Okay.
he wants her to be the best.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, but it also kind of like drained her, you know?
Got burnt out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the coach too. She was very harsh. We went through three different coaches, I think.
In just high
And
school?
yeah, just from my sophomore to my senior year, a new coach every year.
Jeez. That's
Yeah.
that's that's gotta be frustrating.
Yeah.
So now, we kind of go through high school. Okay, why UTSA?
UTSA. Oh,
If so,
I don't know. Like,
context. I said that so out of context. So you're enrolled at the University of Texas San Antonio.
yes.
Why did you choose UTSA?
Because a lot of my family has already gone to UTSA, so I feel
Okay.
like it's like a very familiar place for me. And a lot of my family still lives in San Antonio, so it's easy for me to like go and
Okay.
visit them on the weekends and stuff.
Yeah. And then how far is that from your hometown to here? Because I know South Park is not too bad.
Yeah, it's like 5 hours.
Oh, that's further than I thought though.
Yeah,
But still, that's you could weekend trip and
yeah,
it'd be not too crazy.
yeah.
And so how do you because this is freshman year, right?
What for COVID?
No, for UTSA,
Oh, this is my sophomore year.
your sophomore. So your second semester sophomore year.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Oh, I always do that. I about knock the computer off the desk. Um, how have you liked being in college? So first, let me ask, what would you say the biggest learning curve or the biggest difference from high school to college is?
Well, to be honest, like high school just like really drained me because my senior year was the worst year like of my life basically. Like I
Really?
was depressed. I had to go see what's it called? A therapist.
Mhm.
Um because I was very like because that same ex that cheated on me, I got back with him and I was on and off with him and it was very like
Come on, Milah.
toxic and then
Come on,
all of
Milah.
I know. And all my friends kind of like dropped me because of it. So
Mm.
I didn't really have a lot of friends my senior year. So after I got out of that, coming to college, a lot of my friends from high school came and we all kind of rekindled. So it made me a lot like healthier,
Yeah.
like mindset wise. So the biggest change would be just like my mindset.
Yeah.
Because in high school, it was horrible. And I was also like, my friends already said that I was like basically anorexic. I wouldn't call myself that, but they said that. Like looking at me now and looking at me then, like I looked like anorexic to them because I
Mm,
wasn't eating, I wasn't
right.
doing any, like I wasn't sleeping, like it was really bad. So my mindset has definitely changed a lot from then.
Yeah. I know, like, from a social aspect, it can be, especially like I've had plenty of friends when I was undergrad at Missouri. I had friends that came from really, really small towns.
Mhm.
And it's like it could almost be a culture shock because you go from kind of small town, everybody knows everybody,
Yeah.
to this big university with 20, 25, 30,000 people.
Mhm.
Especially, did you stay on the dorms freshman year?
Mm-mm. I stayed in like the same apartment complex.
Okay. So I know my
But
freshman year.
even then, sorry,
No,
go
go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Like even then, like warming up to like my new roommates and stuff, it was terrifying. Like, I don't know. And then like I'm barely like in my second semester of my second year, like I'm barely opening up and like answering questions in my classes. Like
Mhm.
it's very, very scary. Like
Especially those auditorium classes where there's like 100 people and the professor
yeah,
asks a question, and you're just like,
yeah,
everybody's
I'm
kind of
like,
looking around because the last thing you want to do is answer it and be wrong in front of
yeah,
hundreds of
that's why
people.
it's like my biggest fear. Like I will only ever answer questions that I know I'm 1,000% right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the culture shock is crazy. Especially, I assume San Antonio culturally and the Valley. I assume they're similar in culture, kind of.
well, from like my small town, like it's like there's bigger cities in the valley,
Hmm.
but my city is very, very small. Like I don't know like how many acres it would be, but it's
Do
not
you know how many people were in your high school graduation class?
less than like 200.
Oh yeah, yeah, small, small.
Super small.
Yeah. Okay. Then so yeah,
Maybe like 130.
this environment is a lot
Yeah.
comparatively. Yeah. Yeah, because I know culturally, like I had a friend from St. Louis, East St. Louis, predominantly black area, went to a predominantly black school. He comes to shout out Nelly. He came to Missouri. Missouri's predominantly white institution in the Midwest, very white part of the Midwest, like not St. Louis, not Kansas City,
Yeah.
kind of like middle of Missouri, college town, Columbia, Missouri. And I remember, we became close friends because we were semi roommates, kind of. That makes sense. But anyway, he was telling me like he didn't know how to talk to white people until he got to Missouri because he rarely interacted with them. So that was like a big culture shock for him.
Yeah.
So what's your major?
I'm majoring in education and equity.
Okay, and then did you declare that when you first got here, or is that a recent?
That's recent. It's just this year that I've started that.
Okay, and then why did you choose that?
Um, because I mean, like it's always been like my kind of like vibe of what I've wanted to do. Like
Hmm.
for me, I've always wanted to like be able to help people in like any way, but I was in mostly like nursing classes in high school, so I felt like I kind of had to be in like something along of like along the lines of that field, you know? So I was in kinesiology up
Hmm.
until last semester. So, but then like I tried it last year and I hated it. Like the classes were too much for me. And then I just chose to do education, especially because a lot of my like family members have like a lot of experience in education and
Hmm.
they live here in San Antonio. So I could easily like go to them and get like volunteer hours with them.
Yeah,
So
like connections.
yeah.
Do you see yourself going maybe in the teaching route as
Mhm.
far as education?
Yeah.
What would you teach if you could choose?
If I could choose, I'd want like little kids, like kindergarten through
Ooh,
like second grade.
that's tough.
I mean, like I'm the oldest sibling, so it's kind of in my nature because I've always helped my siblings growing up too. Because
Yeah,
I have a 6 year age gap with me and my sister, and then from like further on, it's like 8 and under, and now they're barely like my youngest sibling. I think he's in like first or second grade. I'm not even sure.
really.
So yeah, like he'll like I'll be on FaceTime and my mom will show me them doing their homework and stuff. Like so, I've always kind of just helped them with that. Especially like my sister, she's in middle school right now, and she's like figuring out sports and like learning how to do different sports. And oh, sorry, I'm getting a call.
Fantastic. Tell me on the
Sorry,
pod.
I know.
We talking business.
Is my camera
It is not. Oh, there
on?
you go.
Okay, hold on. What was I saying?
Um,
Oh, my
siblings.
siblings. Yeah. Anyways,
Now, how many siblings do you have total?
I have about five, but I have two from a different mom.
Okay.
So, or two different moms.
So
I don't, I don't talk to my dad.
okay. Are you close with all of your siblings or just the
Yeah.
okay. All right. So what do you think is the biggest what do you think is the biggest struggle with being the oldest child? Because I am also the oldest. I have two younger brothers. Me and my youngest brother are 10 years apart. The middle brother, we're only 2 years apart. So like, I have memories of me and my younger brother Kylan growing up and Trey didn't
Yeah.
exist yet, kind of thing. What's the one thing you say as an older sibling, something that's like maybe like underappreciated about being an older sibling?
I mean, once your parents start popping other kids out, you kind of lose all the attention on yourself. Like, because I was an only child for 6 years, I would
Mhm.
get a new toy weekly. Like,
Yeah.
my mom was on her grind, and then all of a sudden she wants to pop out another kid, and I'm not getting any attention. So I feel like they just become less attentive as you get older.
Or you know what I think? All older siblings, maybe not all, but I don't know how, like how you and your siblings were growing up. But the hoops I used to go through for my brother, especially Kylan. Kylan was secretly like not a trouble child, but my parents to this day don't know. Like Kylan was doing some stuff, and I was being cool about it. I knew about it, and I was like, "Hey, mom and dad are out of town. I'm in charge." And he told me, "Oh, I want to do this. Hey, well, if you do this, I'm gonna act like I don't know nothing, but you got to do it right." And he
Yeah.
don't like to do things right. He don't like to do things like
Yeah.
I remember one time my parents found out about this one. This dude threw like a party at the crib when parents were out of town, like a Project X party apparently. Like cops ended up getting called and stuff. I remember my mom calling me and he was like, he did this, and I was like, I called Kyle like, yo, dude, what are you doing? Because like our parents are traditional black, like parent, like very strict,
Yeah.
chores, this, that, and the third. And so like I used to have a rule that if our parents go out of town, if we wanted to do something, we don't do it at the house. So
Yeah.
my parents' attention to detail is crazy. They were young too. They'll know when some stuff went down. And when you have people at the house, things get broken. Say, bro, if you want to party, go to somebody else's party. Don't
Yeah.
have one at the crib. Because I remember one
Yeah.
time we almost got caught because one of the trainers to our high school lived on our street, and she knew my parents were out of town. She calls my mom like, "Hey, there's cars in your driveway." Now I'm at Applebee's, right? Kylan's doing his own thing. I'm at Applebee's.
You're always at Applebee's.
Hey, them half price apps, phenomenal. So I wasn't doing nothing crazy. I was at Applebee's hanging out with my friends. We're eating half price appetizers. My mom calls me. She was like, "Where are you at?" I was like, "What do you mean? Why are there cars in the driveway?" I don't know there's cars in the driveway.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh? So why are there cars in the driveway? So, so I started stalling. I was like, guys, I'll be right back. Luckily, the Applebee's was like a 3-minute drive. I got in the car. I drive back to the crib. I see all the cars in the driveway. I was like, hang on. I forget what I said. I said something. And then she like hung up the phone. And I go in there and I am hot. I'm like, everybody get out. If you got a car, like get out the driveway, yada, yada, yada. But
Yeah.
how was y'all's dynamic with your siblings? Like, you say you're close with them, or is everybody else close with each other? Were there like ones that were like got in fights all the time? Some that were more like reserved.
I okay, I feel like all of us had an era where at least two of us hated each other for like no reason, like, and it goes like as to when that sibling is like getting older. Like, I want to say when my sister Rachel was in maybe fifth and sixth grade, which she started having a bad attitude. Like, she was a bad kid, like really, really bad. Like, she was always constantly in ISS. Like, they were ready to send her off to DAP. Like, she was a bad kid. And I just hated her for that. I was like, girl, like, I was such a good kid because I never went to ISS. I didn't even get like lunch detention or nothing. Like, I was such a good kid. And for her to be doing that and having that stress go on my mom, I hated her for it. I was like seriously, like, you're so annoying, blah, blah, blah. Like, kind of normal sibling fights or whatever. But then as she got older, now she's in eighth grade. She's like, we're really close. The
Yeah.
only thing is, she steals a lot of my stuff. So I still get mad at her for that. But now it's my younger sibling, Brielle, and then my youngest brother. His name's Jeremiah. They butt head, like, they either are getting along so well or they hate each other, like want to rip each other's head off, like no in between.
Yeah.
So
They're close in age?
yeah, they're only 2 years apart, and then Rachel and Brielle, I think, are maybe 2 to 3 years apart.
Okay.
So
Okay. That
yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense. Now, who would you say, is there anybody from well, I guess, you kind of say some of your friends are here,
Yeah.
but do you have friends that you still keep in touch with from high school that aren't in San Antonio? Or like, how is your friend? I know you talked about, like, senior year, you kind of maybe that, like, how has that dynamic changed from some of your friends back then to now?
Yeah, so I had like this trio that I was in, like, of my two best friends since like fourth, fifth grade, up until like my senior year when I started like losing all of my friends. But I'm starting to like literally barely rekindle like that friendship with one of them. I rekindled the friendship with one of them last year, but then now I'm barely like still rekindling that friendship with her. She goes to UT in Austin. Um, Another girl that I still keep in touch with also goes to UT. Um, yeah, I think for the most part, all of my friends are here. And like the one friend that I did have back home, she came here this year. So
Okay.
yeah.
That all works out. That all works out. Now, what is without? I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it down. We're gonna get deep here. But what's your okay? Actually, before we get there, what are hobbies that you have? Like, what do you do when you want to get away? Escape, relax, decompress. What's your go-to like hobbies or things that you like to do?
I this year I barely started picking up on baking, but you had said that you didn't like my baking, so
Well, hold up now. I'll insert the clip if I need to. I gave it. What did I say? Did I say
you said like a 6 out of 10.
no? I said 6.5.
That is horrible to me.
Well, the thing is, the cupcakes were good, but the type of cupcakes they were, I don't generally like. For a cupcake, I don't generally like for it to be a 6.5. That's good because you
I
did the
guess.
whipped icing. I like my icing thick and hearty. I like my icing rich.
I
You,
guess.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm
So
after
you
make some
like more of
cupcakes.
like an actual cupcake. Like
Yeah.
not like a little strawberry shortcake.
Yeah, I like a cupcake. I like my teeth to feel messed up after I eat a cupcake.
That's
You know when
um
the icing's so rich you can only eat like one or two. After that, you'll get sick.
yeah. There was this place back home that my mom used to get all of like my birthday cakes and cupcakes from, and they literally closed down, and I got so sad. Nothing ever tops it. It was so good. But anyways, I like to read too. Um, well, I recently just started working out 3 days ago, thanks to Finest.
Ivy Fitness gang. Go to ivyfitness.com. Get some workout programs.
Yeah,
How is that going?
good. This morning killed me though. I did cardio
Hmm.
because I have asthma. It's not,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
But it's fun though. You'll see 2, 3 weeks down the road, you're gonna be
Yeah, I was
like
walking funny to class because I'm so sore.
yeah, it can get like that. So those are your hobbies. Now, what are some goals or aspirations you have later in life? Like ideal career. Let's start like what's your ideal career? You graduate, and let's say if you can get the career that you want idealistically, what would that be?
To get a teaching job in a school.
At elementary school level, because you said like second grade ish.
Yeah, like kinder to second.
Okay, okay. And then like what are some like personal, maybe social goals? Like would would you like location wise, would you want to stay here? Or would you think about maybe because you've been in Texas your whole life, right?
Mhm.
I assume. Yeah, so like location wise,
Location wise, I want Austin, but also I've heard a lot of bad things about schools in Austin. So, like, I've heard a lot of different events happening in Austin, kids being killed in Austin at school. So, it's a little bit concerning. Yeah,
it get like that in Austin.
I've heard like that there's been like stabbings and stuff. Like, I'm scared. Like, I don't want that to happen to me. But if anything, if I could get a job, if I can't find a job in Austin, like I could stay here. It doesn't bother me. But Austin's definitely my number one.
Okay. Now, what are some like personal goals, aspirations?
Mm. Like after I graduate and stuff,
Yeah, or just like it don't have to be immediately after, maybe like years down the road. Where do you want to see yourself? And what are some things that you're hoping to accomplish in life?
I want to get married.
Kids?
Yeah,
How many?
two max.
Two max.
Boy, the pain. You're two is pushing it already
You
for
know,
me.
you know, a lot of the people, friends of mine that friends of mine had back in the day. Now they say one or two, but for some women, there's like this not addiction, but like there's this thing where like after they have one or two, they're like, I want like another one or like two more.
That's what my mom said about me. She was like, "You were such a perfect kid that I wanted another one." And then my sister was like evil. And then my other sister was also evil. And then my brother, she finally got a sweetheart. So,
So she's 2 for 4, 50%.
yeah.
That's not a bad batting average.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what's your why?
My what?
What's your why? Like, why do
Uh,
you get up? Why?
Huh.
What gets you going? What's your why for life, for living? You want to be a teacher, you want to help people, right? But like, what's that fundamental underlying why for what you did?
I mean, like, I gotta get up because I want to be rich. Go to
Okay.
school and get rich. When I'm
Now,
graduated, I need to get rich. And I'm gonna marry someone that has a good job so that I can be rich.
okay, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not gonna get rich being a teacher.
No, I know. That's why I said I'm gonna marry someone rich.
Okay. All right.
I'm not gonna marry a bum. That's not on my list.
It don't have to be a bum, but make sure you treat you right first. No matter what his
Yeah,
job is.
yeah.
All right. So okay. Yeah. I
That was
digress.
a deep question. I don't know really how to answer that besides like I just want to get rich.
No, I understand now. Okay. Let's for sake of argument, hypothetically. Let's say you get money. Like let's say for some reason you're an elementary school teacher and you end up finding some type of side job that ends up making you like a good amount of money. Let's just say you run into a bunch of money. How comfortable are you? Because there's a difference between rich and wealthy,
Yeah.
right? Rich is having money, wealthy is having money make you money.
Yeah.
Okay. How comfortable are you with being able to turn rich into wealth?
Very
Very comfortable. Break that down. Why are you
like
so comfortable?
I don't know, like if I could keep making more money, then I'm gonna keep making more money. Like I don't
Well, there's yes, yes. But there's a thing called investing,
Yeah,
right?
that's why. That's what I was thinking.
Do you know
Like,
how to invest?
no, but my grandpa, he he sued someone for I think his back problems or something, and he built a house and then he used the rest of his money that he got to invest and like now he has a great life.
He's good now with the investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I asked that because you brought up the rich and um very similar kind of thing I want to do with in terms of education. I want to be a professor. I want to teach, educate, mentor, et cetera, et cetera. And one of the things that I've noticed, and I'm a lot of people talk about it, but is high school doesn't prepare the average high school doesn't prepare students for like the real world, right?
Hmm.
Like investing, taxes, doing all that stuff. I'm not gonna say it's not taught because I did take a financial literacy course at high school. I took one at college. They're available, they're not mandatory for the curriculum.
Yeah.
And I think it's insane to have all these, which again, I'm not saying history and English aren't important. Those are important, right?
Okay.
But like there are certain aspects in my high school education that I have not used, and I am less than 12 months away from getting a PhD.
Yeah.
And there's some things that I know, but are completely useless for me.
Hmm.
One thing that is it that wasn't necessarily taught is taxes, how to do a budget, expenses, income, things like that. And yeah, it just was kind of like
Yeah.
a sidebar of just how crazy it is that high schools, quick sidebar. You know what frustrates me the most? When I was in high school, the high school I went to in Winston County, Tennessee, is actually a pretty like I guess pristine county. Like if you're in the Middle Tennessee area or you move to Nashville as a teacher, you want to teach in a Winston County school.
Hmm.
Out of the state, I believe they pay the best for teachers in that county. And in my high school, those teachers that are, they have strict dress codes, this and the third. I went to public school, but they, dress codes, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you're not gonna be able to do this when you go to college. You can't just wear whatever you go to college. You get to college, and a lot of
Yeah.
that's just fake bullshit.
Yeah.
The stuff I
Especially because walking in your classes in this heat, like, boy, I'm gonna wear shorts.
oh, it's actually insane. So there's like a lot of regulations that are kind of useless in high school. And it frustrates me to no end that they focus on all this stuff, but yet
But they
they
don't
don't
focus on the important stuff. Like, I don't know how to do taxes.
exactly. They don't focus on the important stuff. They don't teach you about a mortgage. They don't teach you about buying a home versus renting a
Yeah.
home. They don't teach you about all kinds of stuff.
Like the
Um,
stuff that you genuinely do need to know.
exact 100%.
Yeah,
Which
I will say my high school so strict on dress code. Like you couldn't wear leggings, you couldn't wear jeans with holes in them. You couldn't wear like Crocs or like slides.
yeah,
You couldn't like oh, it was so bad. Like And I even stopped wearing my Birkenstocks, but that's like for a completely different reason.
The toes crusty.
No. No, that was because it was some kid was like obsessed with feet at school and
Um,
he would like make comments about my feet, so I stopped wearing them. So, but that's a whole other story.
yeah, somebody needs to check his basement.
Well, it's he was in the special needs class. But I will
He'll check
say
his basement.
yes, because he knew exactly what he was doing because he was calling girls sluts in my school.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
He knows what he's doing. But
yeah, and he
question for you:
never mind. Yeah, go on.
what is something that you on the kind of the same point? What's something that you wish your high school would have taught you before you graduated?
I mean, like honestly, all the stuff that you just said, like I don't know how to do taxes. My mom's been like asking me about that. I'm like, girl, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Mhm.
What else? I don't know, just like basic life stuff that you do need to know like in the future because why do I not know how to do taxes? And then also at my school, they would only select like a couple of kids to teach you how to do taxes. So like why aren't you teaching it to everybody?
Yeah,
So it was
yeah. That it's absolutely frustrating. Um, what are what type of classes are you in this semester?
I'm taking some like politics classes. I'm taking an AIS class for
Hmm.
education. Uh, I'm not taking very many.
No,
What else?
what kind of teacher do you want to be? Like if you could describe like your atmosphere. I know this is like super far away, but that I'm telling you, undergrad goes by out so fast.
Yeah.
Um, what if you could like paint the picture of like what type of environment and what type of like teaching style that you could see yourself having
Yeah.
as you when you become a teacher.
Yeah. So like who was your favorite teacher?
In elementary school or grade school
Like
in general?
any teacher.
Probably. Oh, I had a good handful.
You
The
see,
one,
like I want to be the teacher that like kids remember and still want to go to, like even after high
yeah.
school. Like I have a teacher that I still like talk to on the regular. Like after I graduated, we went out to like breakfast together. Like she was amazing because she was also my cheer coach and like small
Mm,
town. Like we know each other, but
yeah,
it's still like it's just like a connection that I love and cherish. Like I want to be that for kids, and I want to be like because at my school we also have this thing called a blue apple award because our school colors were blue.
mm,
And it's like the top 5 kids in the class get to choose a teacher who helped them the most, who like inspired them the most. Like basically their favorite teacher all throughout their high school years. And I don't know, like if I've always thought to myself, like if I ever get that opportunity, like ugh, I would love that if someone chose me to be that for them, you know? So just be like that teacher that you can go to and rely on and
yeah, yeah. I had multiple like shout out Miss Black, Mr. Taylor, just to name a couple, but I know funny you say that because I have that same type of mindset because in high school I was a criminal justice. We had like emphasis, right? So it'd be kind of
yeah.
like what your major is in high school.
Yeah,
So I was
that's
criminal
what I
justice.
had too. I
Yeah,
was doing like medical nursing classes kind of
right.
thing.
So I was in criminal justice, and I my initial plan I wanted to be a forensic scientist, right, for like a police department, and that's what I was on track to do. And then I was gonna go. I had all mapped it. I was going to University of Tennessee. They have the best forensics program in the country, and it's only like a 3.5 hour drive down I-40 or whatever.
Yeah.
And senior year, in my senior year, I had basically all my baseline stuff was done. So I could have made my senior year super easy, like most seniors do, but I was like, you know what? I want to challenge myself. I'm about to go to college, and I don't want to take it easy and then get to college and be like hit in the face, which I mean I did anyway. But I wanted to challenge myself, so I took a physics class senior year. I did also take PE too because I had one more block. It was empty, and I had already, so I did PE too. But anyway, I took physics class. Coach Finley, he was also the team's track and cross country coach. I ran tracks. He was also one of my coaches. I took a physics class, and I remember when we got to the astronomy stuff in physics. I remember when we got to like study like the universe, how like we say it's infinite, but it's actually not. But it's 14 billion light years big, so it's basically infinite if you were to like sum it up around it.
Yeah.
And when we got to like the universe, how it works, how it came to be, this and the third, and I was like, oh, this is it. This is what I
Yeah.
want to do right here. So from that day on in that class, I was like, I'm going to college. I want to be a physics major,
Yeah.
and I want to do astronomy and stuff like that. And I ended up going back and visiting him. I think I ended up like giving a talk uh, for his class or whatever. But that teacher was that one for me where I was like, if it wasn't for Mr. Taylor, I wouldn't be in this major because he made the classes fun, he made them engaging, he made them
Yeah.
interesting. And so I want to be that. And then, physics, just saying that word is intimidating to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So to like present it in a way that's fun and interactive and is set up in a way where you don't have to be a deep thinker to understand the stuff. Because, people say I'm smart. I'm really not. But I didn't know any of this stuff before I got into it. I had to like study super
Yeah.
hard, harder than most people. I just loved it. When you're passionate about something, you're going to
Like
figure
you
it out
just want to keep doing it.
100%. And so I want to be a professor where somebody, I don't know, maybe I'm going to take this physics class. I want to be that professor that they take the class and they just fall in love with it, even if they don't pursue it as a career. But there's literally, we call them amateur astronomers, people that
Yeah.
make livings and careers volunteering or working for museums and stuff and doing a lot of like, what's it called, stargazing and stuff like that. Even if it's as a hobby, I want to show that it's not as intimidating as it sounds. And I mean, if you're somebody that's about curiosity and loves learning how things work and why things are the way they are, it's physics. That's pretty
Yeah.
much the basis of what that is.
Yeah. That's exactly how my teacher was for me. I call her Coach G. Um, she was just I loved her. Like she tells me all the time because I will say like my senior class, they like they just very much not, what's the word? Like none of us really got along, especially my senior year. I
Hmm.
feel like I really only had my teacher. Like she was one of my like only people that I considered like one of my friends. Like even though she was my teacher, like I told her everything. I had her and like maybe one or two other friends. Like that was it. Like I considered her like a friend, like one of my best friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, she helped me through so much and she was just very, she didn't seem like a teacher to me. And that's what I wanted to be. Like obviously like you're still a teacher, but like whenever like talking to her, she makes it easy to talk to her, you know?
Yeah. It's
So
not like an intimidation thing.
yeah, like you're not scared to tell her anything.
Yeah.
Like it just feels comfortable.
Right. Now, we're going to get to one of my favorite parts of the pod. And I want you to, what are three pieces of advice that you would give to somebody that's in your shoes when you were in high school or maybe middle school? What's something that you would give to that person? Three pieces of advice.
Three, okay. One, leave that relationship. It's not getting any better. It never will. Boys don't change. I'm sorry to say it. Boys don't change. When you're in high school, they are not going to change. So that's that, especially at my high school. Second, do not lose sight of like your academics. Because after that, I started falling behind in all of my classes.
Mhm.
I used to be in like honors classes, and then I got bumped down to the regular classes because of how much I was like stressing out and stuff. And then third, do not care about your body image. Do not care about what other people are saying about you. Even if you're doing the wrong thing, like don't listen to them because it's just gonna make you even worse. Like if they're saying bad stuff, if they're trying to encourage you to get better, then listen to that. Listen to that and do not leave your friends. I know that's 4, but it's like do not leave your friends. Do not leave your friends for a guy. Do not. Please.
Was girl code, right?
Girl code. Do not leave your friends for a guy. Like actually, it will be the death of you. You will be depressed and have no friends. So
yeah, you definitely got to have your own friends outside of like a relationship, for sure.
Like if you're already down and you have nothing, like no foundation around you, like you're done.
Done.
So
Dunskies.
yeah.
Oh, are there any shout outs you want to give or any type of plugs? I mean, I don't know if you got anything going on that you want to plug, but
shout out to Allie at work for bringing Carmen's house key. Woo!
Okay, Allison.
So I could do this.
I might have to have Allison on too at some point.
You should. That'd be so much fun.
100%.
Oh, and shout out to Stacy, my best friend that stuck with me through everything, my senior year, and Coach G.
Good. Shout out Coach G. Shout out Stacy. Y'all heard it here on the pod. Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you for taking time and chatting with Uncle Strib.
Yep.
But this has been another fantastic episode of Uncle Strib. And ladies and gentlemen, I will catch you guys next time. Deuces. Cupcakes. Because if I want a cupcake, I'm trying to go all in on the cupcake.
Okay.
Now I'm just saying, let me. Now, strawberries are fresh.
Okay.
Pick those from our garden.
Is this from scratch? Is this from scratch?
Yeah.
I can tell the ice is from scratch. It's very whipped.
Okay. Is that a good thing or a bad
I
thing?
like my icing a little thicker, though. I will say, I like it thicker.
Yeah, it melts.
I'm just saying, I like it thick. Breading's got good form on the outside, nice and soft on the inside. Now,
okay, nobody has critiqued me like this. They just said it's okay, it's good.
not bad.
What's
Not
the
bad.
rating? What's the
My
rating?
heart is crushed.
I'm gonna be
My
honest.
ones from yesterday were way better.
I'm gonna be honest.
I'll say that.
Just 6.5 out of 10.
Oh, that's low.
6.5 out of